From our studio in Georgetown, this is the TV Delmarva Channel 14 News at 4.
Good day, Delmarva. Reporter Rob Petrie here for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News. Straight ahead, Delaware State Police have released the identity of the bus aide who was arrested and charged after allegedly punching an 8-year-old girl who has Down syndrome in the Cape Henlopen School District. And what's more, the Down Syndrome Association of Delaware has issued a statement in response to the incident. These stories and more coming up, but weather first with Hunter Alton.
Hello and good Wednesday afternoon, Delmarva. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day because we have fantastic weather conditions across the region. We've seen plenty of sunshine. We've had some mild temperatures. It's a little bit on the breezy side here and there, but no complaints about that. Taking a live look outside of TV Delmarva Studios here in Georgetown. If you look off in the distance, we're starting to see a little bit of some cloud cover entering the region. That is expected because we do have a storm system out towards the west that is moving into the area tonight, increasing the clouds and as well as delivering us some scattered rain showers. But overall, it's been quite nice out there this afternoon and nice and comfortable. Currently 72 degrees here in Georgetown. Take a look at satellite and radar. You can see that spin over towards areas of Illinois and Indiana. That is a little bit of a weak disturbance that is rolling through the Midwest area, and that will be impacting areas just after midnight tonight, giving us some quick rain showers, but it should all be gone by the mid-morning hours on Thursday, and we're going to be looking at even warmer conditions going out to finish this week, and even some summer-like warmth towards the weekend. Now let's have a look at those conditions elsewhere on Delmarva this afternoon. We've been seeing widespread areas of 70s, except for the immediate coastlines here on the shore. Currently 73 degrees right now in Salisbury, 72 in Pocomoke City, only 63 right now in Ocean City, 71 for Easton and Dover, 69 for Centerville, 72 in Wilmington, and currently 71 up north in Newark. Take a look at dew points. We've been seeing some fairly dry conditions out there. Dew points have been sitting in the mid-40s pretty much the entire day, but I do expect those to begin to rise once we get into the overnight hours tonight with the approach of those rain showers. Winds out there, though, generally from the west and northwest, anywhere staying between 5 and 10 miles per hour, but we have been seeing some wind gusts get as high as 15, like currently gusting to 15 right now in Georgetown, 17 for Salisbury, 15 for Pocomoke City, 12 miles per hour for Easton, Centerville, and Dover, and as well as 12 miles per hour in Wilmington and 14 right now in Newark. Now, this rain is going to be relatively short-lived because it will be out of here by the mid-morning hours tomorrow, but we are going to be looking at a big warm-up going into this weekend, and it's looking like we'll have our first 90-degree day of the season, and I'll have all those details here in just a little bit.
Delaware State Police have released the identity of the bus aide who was arrested and charged after allegedly punching an 8-year-old girl with Down syndrome in the Cape Henlopen School District. According to Delaware State Police, the incident occurred on January 21st when Clar Ellen Branca, a now former bus monitor for the Cape Henlopen School District, struck an 8-year-old girl in the head on a school bus. A warrant for Branca's arrest was drafted on March 18th after the school resource officer at Milton Elementary School, where the student attends, reviewed the case with the Attorney General's office. Branca turned herself in to state police on March 21st, just days later, and was charged with offensive touching and endangering the welfare of a child. The case is still pending at this time. Meanwhile, the Down Syndrome Association of Delaware has issued a statement and is assisting the family of that 8-year-old girl who was assaulted in Cape Henlopen School District. Quote, recently, the Down Syndrome Association of Delaware became notified of an incident regarding alleged abuse of an 8-year-old girl with Down syndrome in the Cape Henlopen School District. Our organization has been in direct communication with the child's family and is currently providing support through this extremely difficult situation. The DSA of Delaware holds a formal partnership with the Beau Biden Foundation for the Protection of Children since 2018. As stated in our child protection policy, we are devoted to the safety of individuals with Down syndrome. We understand that this incident poses great concern to many of our families, particularly those who have individuals in this school district. The organization also linked to our full report in their statement, where earlier this week we got a chance to sit down with the father of that little girl who was assaulted. He spoke out against the way the district and the board handled the situation.
They refuse to look at the other tapes. All right, so if you have record of a woman screaming and yelling at a child, punching her in the head twice, and the girls, my daughter was restrained, by the way. It's not like my daughter was up and able to fight back. She couldn't anyway. She's 8 years old with Down syndrome. But the refusal to check the tapes to see if there are any other problems is a problem. It's sickening. Unlike the members of the school board, I'm worried about other people's children, other children in the district. I don't want there to have been problems with other kids and have it go unnoticed. It's a special needs bus, and it's a bus where not everybody on that bus is verbal, so they don't have the ability. My daughter did not have the ability to defend herself or to tell us. She finally told me just the other day. It was a Friday night. We were talking, and I finally got her to talk about it. And it was just heartbreaking. You know, it's heartbreaking all over again. So what I want the district to do is, it changes as time goes on. At first, we wanted changes to be made so that any child, if there's any record of abuse, that there's a certain method they go through to make sure that this doesn't happen again, so that they can't sweep it under the rug. But now I've lost confidence in a number of the leaders.
Now, this remains a developing story. TV Delmarva News has issued a Freedom of Information Act request with the Cape Henlopen School District for the video surveillance footage of the incident. Delaware State Police are seeking the public's help locating a wanted Lincoln man. 46-year-old Elmis Sagdoro Sarceno has an active felony criminal warrant from an incident that occurred on May 16th. Elmis is described as a Hispanic male, approximately 5 foot 5 inches tall, weighing around 186 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. His current whereabouts are unknown at this time, and it is unknown if he is driving a vehicle. Police did not specify what Elmis is wanted for. Anyone with any information on his whereabouts is urged to contact police. Well, ahead of the busy summer season at the beaches, DART is in search of bus drivers. After a successful 2021 season with almost 160,000 riders, wow, DART's contractor, First Transit, is in need of drivers to meet the demand this summer season. With First Transit, drivers can earn $20 per hour and receive a signing bonus of $3,000 if they have a commercial driver's license. Those interested in the position can apply at workatfirst.com. Once again, that's workatfirst.com, and search Rehoboth Beach. The bus routes serve Rehoboth Beach and the Boardwalk, Lewis, Longneck, Dewey Beach, Bethany Beach, South Bethany Beach, Fenwick Island, Ocean City, Maryland, Millsboro, and Georgetown through September 11th. Coming up, Delaware public health officials have issued guidance for parents navigating through the baby formula shortage. More details on the way. Don't go away. Well, the Delaware Division of Public Health is providing guidance to families struggling to find baby formula due to a shortage caused by supply chain issues. DPH has issued the following guidance on the issue, including how to avoid taking certain measures that could be harmful to an infant's health. Do not make your own homemade formula. Homemade formulas often lack or have inadequate amounts of critical nutrients vital for babies. Never dilute your baby's formula. Watering down infant formula can be dangerous and even life-threatening. Consider a substitute formula for most babies if their regular brand of formula is not currently available. Using a similar version of their formula is usually okay. And finally, talk to your doctor. Consulting with your pediatrician is above all else the best option to safely navigate through the issue and ensure your baby has the nutrients that it needs to grow up healthy and strong. Well, it's looking like we're in store for some rain and mild conditions tonight as we get a preview of your pinpoint weather forecast with Hunter out.
Increasing clouds will continue throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening hours, as a storm system will be bringing some rain during the overnight hours. The rain should depart during the morning hours on Thursday with decreasing clouds and some very warm temperatures as well. And we get a quick taste of that summer-like conditions this weekend as we see our first 90-degree day of the season. Now, how long will the summer-like warmth last? I'll let you know when we come back here on TV Delmarva, Channel 14 News. Alrighty, Delmarva, let's get right into the pinpoint forecast for the overnight hours into the day on Thursday. Now, we did have a nice afternoon overall, but we're starting to see an increase in those clouds. And during the overnight hours, we're going to be watching out for some areas of some showers developing, all thanks to a little bit of a weak disturbance moving through. But temperatures are going to be fairly mild during the overnight hours to 56 to 60 degrees with some light winds from the south between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Take a look at Futurecast, rest of the overnight hours into the day on Thursday. This is 8 o'clock this evening. We're still starting to see a little bit of an increase in clouds across the area from northwest to southeast. Temperatures still fairly mild in the low to mid 60s. As once we get closer towards midnight, we're starting to see areas of precipitation beginning to break out across Delmarva. Temperatures still fairly mild and holding steady in the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. It's once we get into the early morning hours, this is where we're going to be looking at the best chance of seeing a lot of that precipitation, only expecting rainfall amounts of less than 1/4 of an inch for the most part across the shore. And a lot of this rain will be coming when everybody's pretty much asleep, because when you wake up tomorrow morning, now we may have a few leftover showers here and there for that morning commute, but the bulk of precipitation is going to be well off of our coast, and we're still holding steady with those temperatures in the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. Bigger story going into the afternoon hours tomorrow, though, because we're going to be looking at decreasing clouds and some very mild temperatures by the noon o'clock hour, getting to the mid and upper 70s. And then by the mid-afternoon hours, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. And take a look at these temperatures. We are in the 80s once again, finally feeling that spring-like weather that we've been missing over the past couple of weeks. Thursday forecast overall, we got showers during the morning hours, but the afternoon will recover quite nicely with some mostly sunny skies and a very warm day ahead too. Temperatures of 80 to 85 degrees across the region. It is going to be a little bit breezy at times too, but it's going to be relatively warm wind from the west between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the allergy index for Thursday. We're looking at some medium-high conditions. 7 out of 12 on our scale, and we're still dealing with the top pollens of oak and birch trees, but we're also throwing some grass pollen into the mix now, and that will transition to mostly grass pollen once we get into the month of June. Now we're going to switch gears to take a look at the marine conditions for your Thursday. Beginning with the Atlantic, we got areas of showers in the morning with afternoon sun, 73 degrees, winds from the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. With seas of 2 to 4 feet. And look at that water temperature now. We're at 60 degrees, so we're warming up just a little bit, not quite enough to be out there to enjoy the surf just yet. Just have to wait a couple more weeks. Now looking at the Delaware Bay, though, we got morning showers and afternoon sun, 75 degrees, winds from the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour, with seas of 1 foot or less. And then the Chesapeake Bay, morning showers and afternoon sun, even warmer at 77 degrees, winds from the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, with seas of 1 foot on the Chesapeake. Now, going into the overnight hours tomorrow night, a much nicer night ahead with mostly clear skies and still some fairly mild temperatures out there of overnight lows of 60 to 64 degrees, and our winds will be calming down from the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at that extended outlook, because we've got some summer-like warmth heading into this weekend. Now after we get past the showers during the overnight hours tonight into tomorrow morning, we're going to dry things up, and we're going to be picking up in those temperatures too. Going into Friday, plenty of sunshine, mostly sunny, 86 degrees, but take a look at Saturday. We're looking at our first 90-degree day of the year, getting to 93 with partly sunny skies and even a little bit of humidity as well. Going into Sunday, though, we're still going to be looking at some fairly warm conditions. Upper 80s to maybe a straight 90 here and there, but a cold front will be moving through, and that's going to be sparking some scattered thunderstorms by the afternoon hours. And then going into the early portions of next week, we're cooling things back down to the upper 60s to 70s with some scattered rain chances on Monday, but drier conditions by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Coming up, President Biden is calling for unity after a mass shooting killed 10 black Americans in Buffalo. More details straight ahead. Don't go away. President Biden is calling for unity after a mass shooting killed 10 black Americans in Buffalo. The shooting was allegedly committed by a white supremacist who live streamed the entire shooting on social media. The president and first lady visited Buffalo, where they laid flowers at a memorial outside the supermarket where that shooting took place. Biden then condemned the act, calling it, quote, violence inflicted in the service of hate. The shooter, a white man identified as 18-year-old Peyton Gendron, has pleaded not guilty to charges of first-degree murder.
Weather Classroom is sponsored by No Nonsense Office Machines, committed to providing quality products and services with over 15 years of experience here in Sussex County. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's weather lesson we will be learning about what is a frontal triple point. Now, the basics of a triple point, meaning the point in where three fronts all come together in one single point. Now, the three basic frontal types that you would see drawn on a surface maps are a warm front, a cold front, and an occluded front. The warm front is generally found to the right of a low pressure center. It is where the warm sector is wrapping around the low pressure system. The cold front is typically found on the left side, wrapping colder air around the backside of a low pressure system. Since the cold front typically moves much faster than a warm front, where the cold front lifts the warm front, it will result in something known as an occluded front. The triple point is where that occluded front is located, where the cold front and warm front all intersect together. This intersection point will have a great amount of lifting involved with it as well. And if enough moisture is wrapping in from the warm sector, then really big heavy rainfalls and even severe thunderstorms can fire along a triple point and along the fronts that wrap into the low pressure center. There is a great amount of wind shear also near the triple point and near the fronts, which severe weather will often fire up ahead of the front and along the warm front as well, near that triple point where the shear is greatly enhanced. And also in the spring months, you'll be able to have a triple point associated with a dry line instead, which makes for a very dangerous situation when we were talking about severe weather.
Well, that about does it for us today, Delmarva. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at TV Delmarva and on our website, tvdelmarva.com, for real-time news and weather updates. And while you're there, be sure to sign our petition calling on the major cable providers to carry TV Delmarva on their platforms so we can provide this kind of hard-hitting local programming to all of Delmarva. Until next time, I'm Rob Petrie reporting for TV Delmarva, Channel 14 News.